Okay, let's look at returning, having multiple returns. Okay. Again, let's call this my F1 and my F2. Okay, so this will be my F2. Okay, so now suppose we have an if condition, right? Say if x, or well, if x is greater than y, we say return that. Okay. Else return, say, x times x plus 3 times, well, whatever, okay, 2 times x plus y plus 3 times z. So now we have 2 returns here, 2 different conditions. We'll call that 3. Okay. So now if we say my F3, okay, 5, 3, 2, then x is greater than y, so this is returned. So 5 plus 6 plus 6. Okay. Now if I did this way, well, it's returning the same thing. Okay, so now x is less than y, so you get this 2 times x, 2 plus 5, 7 plus 6, 13. Okay? So you can have more than one return in a function. You can have any number of returns. Okay. And you can return several values back. Okay, not just one value back. Okay. So let's say we have the same function and we compute a equal to that, b equal to that, and c equal to, okay, and then we say return a, b, c. Now the function call will make the computations and return those 3 values, a, b, and c. Okay. So if we call my function 4, okay, okay, so it gives you those 3 values, a, b, and c. You have to be careful. Okay. So if you set it to a variable name, then the result comes back as a tuple. Okay. Now we can do this. Well, let me say x1, x2, x3 equal to my f4 3, 8, 10. Okay. Now individual values, if you say x1, it will give you the x1 value. So the three values are stored in those three variables, x1, x2, and x3. Okay. So these are the different ways in which you can send the values back. Okay, now one last thing, which is about namespace. Okay, so the returning multiple values is right there. Namespace and scope, the variables that you use inside the function are not available outside of it. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's say that's M5. Now if you, well, we used A here. Let's say this is Z1, Z2, Z3, and we return Z1, Z2, and Z3 back, right? Then we call my F5 with three numbers. So you get those three numbers back. Now if you look for Z1, Z1 is not there, because Z1 is inside this function. So the moment you get out of that function, those variables are erased. It's gone from the namespace. Okay, so it's local. That's why those variables are called local variables. Okay. But if you want some of these values to live outside the function, okay, then you have to make it global. Okay, so all right, Z1, Z2, Z3. Now if I say global Z1, Z2, right? Okay, you have to say that at the beginning. Okay. So now if I call, well, I need to make that 6. Okay, so now if I call the function 6, okay, now I get the results back. Now if I say Z1, Z1 doesn't throw an error because Z1 lives outside the function. So because of that global keyword make sure that that particular variable name remains in the namespace, so you'll be able to access those variables.